what's up? It's Retro Gaming Langs here for yet another video. Today's video is all about this, the QJ Top Fighter arcade joystick for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, so I originally bought this back in November. It's part of my pickups videos. If you've not checked that video out, go and check that out. And I just thought I'd do a little special sort of homage to it, really, because it's something that I always lusted after as a 12, 13-year-old lad. See him in the back of video game magazines back in the early 90s, and was sort of intrigued about what was so special about them. You had the Super Advantage and the Schoolmaster. Hori did their own style, but this just stood out for me because it looked sleek. I loved the programmable buttons that you had at the top that had a digital display, and I've only recently found out they only ever made 20,000 of these worldwide, so they're quite rare now. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of kit. Let's get into it, see what it's all about. Right, I think we'll start off with the actual build quality itself. The build quality itself is really sturdy. It's metal casing. The buttons feel really nice to touch, and aesthetically it looks the business. I think it's a beautiful bit of kit. I think it's aged quite well. This one's in quite good condition considering this is from what, early 90s. Probably the one issue with build quality is this, because I don't know why, but I'll get my thumb out of the way of the camera. They decided to put a metal shaft on a metal body, which you don't really want to do. So I'm going to probably try and find some sort of O-ring to go in there just to cushion it, because I find when I'm doing Hadoukens, Dragon Punches, etc., the shaft gets right into the corner, and it just makes it a little bit hard to actually accomplish that move. Other than that, it's got a lovely feel to it. It's got a lovely clicky, I don't know if you can hear this. It's got a lovely clicky feel to it. Build quality is lovely. It looks the business. This is a great bit of kit. You've got your slow motion. You can then program these three buttons. So you've got your standard Super Nintendo buttons, your L and R, X, B, Y, A, and obviously you've got your configuration of your Super Nintendo connection. Now we'll come back onto that in a minute, actually, because there's a reason why I actually bought this in the first place. These three buttons here are programmable buttons, and I'll show in a minute how they operate. But basically, effectively, I can go Dragon Punch off that, Hadouken on that one, flinging, spinning, etc. And then you've got the auto there. So if I want to put auto rapid fire on, you basically select the button and that, press it, and it comes up on the display. So we'll get into it. Let's plug it in and show it working. Right, so let's try and hold the camera steady while trying to film this. So let's play turbo. Let's go with Ken. And the first thing I'm going to show you, obviously, you can do like a slow-mo. So if you press these two buttons together, you've instantly got, as you can see on the register on the dash display there, and you can hear it. You can hear it's doing that. So that's the first little thing you can do. So press set. Let's press A1, learning, and then we just do a. There you go. I think. Did it do it then? So I did it then, did it? There you go. So there you go. So just me holding it is doing. Look at that. How clever is that? Right, next up I'm going to try it on a racing game just to see. Obviously we've got Mario Kart. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're just going to set it on a. Just see. I'm interested to see how it performs Obviously I primarily bought it for things like Final Fight, things like that. So we're just Mario Kart, there we go, here we go. So just interesting to see how it performs. I quite like the joystick, it's got a nice little micro switch in there. Let's see, so I'm going to concentrate, hopefully it's filming. Unfortunately, it's a shame I don't have another camera on the TV, but you can keep looking at my hands. Some of you might like that. Oh, making myself laugh. And do you know what? Feels nice. Nice inputs. The only thing I would say criticism-wise is if you go too hard at the joystick, obviously the shaft hits the metal. It's controlling the car really well. Obviously it's only 2 buttons that I'm using at the moment. Let's try and skid around the corner, hang on. So if I remember, it's been a long time since I played Mario Kart. So in the first place, oh no, second place again. Yeah, skids work. Now we're going to put it through its paces on a traditional platformer, just to see what it goes like. Lovely. Which is probably overkill for a platformer. I was playing Metroid the other day with it. Right, let's just do one. Here we go. So trying to remember my buttons. There you go. Yeah. Feels a bit different than a control pad, I must admit. I think it's just what you're normally used to. I'll see. Oh. Yeah, feels all right. Yeah. I probably would prefer a control pad for doing games like this, but it's not. I just think it's what you're used to, I guess. And there you go. Yeah, yeah, definitely like that. It's nice. Feels a bit. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. It feels a little bit unusual. It's not unusual, but yeah, it's all right. I've played Contra the other day on it. It was really good. So getting into why I mainly bought this. Let's get into it. So the main reason I bought this was the fact that a few weeks ago, I was playing on this Nintendo Scoremaster. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I bought it about 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago. I paid about £6-7 for it. It's got obviously the slow and turbo buttons, and it's in fairly good condition for its age. But as you can hear from the joystick, it's got very little feel to it. It's not the most appealing thing to play on. Whereas this has got obviously clearly micro switches and the so you can hear the difference in quality. Not saying that this is the best. I'm sure there's better ones out there for the Super Nintendo. But it suddenly dawned on me, because most of my games I play for arcade games are emulation. So as you can see, this is now wired into this little gizmo here, which is effectively taking the signal from the Super Nintendo port. So this is a Super Nintendo port here, if you can't see that on camera. And then this goes up to my Raspberry Pi, and I'm playing Final Fight, the arcade. And so effectively I can play arcade games via this or this. These are quite easy to get hold of, and you can get conversion kits for different things. Obviously I can play all my Mega Drive games, all my Super Nintendo games, PC Engine, arcade port games, arcade games, and so forth, Game Boy Advance. And it's just nice to play some of those things that you would have played back in the arcade all those years ago. You can now play it on this. So that was my main reason behind it. It feels a good quality piece of kit. I've enjoyed so far its ownership, and yeah, I might what I might do is crack it open and just see what's going on inside. And this is what it looks like inside. So we've got all our buttons there. They do look like Happer style buttons. Definitely, I think. They've all been soldered to it, which I don't think is a great idea. It'd be great if you could, you probably could at some point put push on fit onto those. It's not a major issue. The big issue is really replacing the joystick. So here's the joystick mechanism here. We've got 3 points instead of 4, which, yeah, would become a problem at some point if the joystick was to fail. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, this is what it looks like inside. Good quality, I think, you know, compared to the, say, the Super Nintendo Scoremaster and the Super Advantage. It's definitely a work of art in here. I'm sure there are better ones. The main reason I didn't want to go for the Hori one is that all of the buttons are then soldered, the bottoms of the buttons are soldered to a PCB board, which would mean unsoldering each one individually. So, yeah, I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage. I think it's a bit of a disadvantage. Not saying that it's, I think they'd use better buttons though. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know much about these. But there you go, that's the inside of it, guys. And the other thing I didn't mention, and I'll bring it down, is that's the side looking from the joystick. For those who are interested. But yeah, you can see the switches there, look. Yeah, I just thought I'd show the other side of it. So you got your buttons down there. That's probably a better view, isn't it? And then you've got your joystick. I don't know if I can hold the camera and... yeah, there you go. So my conclusion is that for what it is, it's not a bad little bit of kit. It's really a shame that the actual joystick can't be changed out for something and improved. The buttons possibly could be. The buttons are beautiful. But overall, I'm really pleased with it. Like I say, I bought it really for my emulation side of things, that I love to emulate arcade classics. And because this has got I've got the adapter for my Raspberry Pi, I can play games on this. So for me, it works out perfectly. It's definitely an upgrade over the Scoremaster and for the Super Advantage. And at some point, I might decide to get rid of those and just keep this. I don't know yet, haven't fully decided. But yeah, overall, really pleased with it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.